Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on the Growth Project. My name is Sherise, and I am your host. So, before we start today's episode, I gotta talk to my soul fam real quick. Guys, we have a challenge. I really want to get this podcast at 500 listens by the end of 2021. So we have just a little bit about like 300 more listens to go. I have just been feeling so called lately to just focus more on my podcast. Like, I had this discussion with my coach, and like recording and making these podcasts just makes me so happy that I'm just like, why am I not doing more of this and like less of the things that I don't like to do, like creating a website and doing all of those things, and like those are not the things that I like to do. Obviously, it's business and you have to do it, but at this point, I'm kind of learning, when it's important to do things yourself and when it's important to like outsource certain things. And like, my podcast is my baby, it's my joy, and it's the way that I connect with you guys the best. And a lot of you guys have been saying that it's just been so helpful and so supportive for you. So I really want to make sure that I am here and present with you guys. So for the month of December, so that we can make our goal, I'm planning on releasing episodes more frequently. So right now I release a new episode like about every 10 days I release a new episode, so bi-weekly. But I'm like, during this holiday season, I'm going to be in your guys' ear like every minute. No, I'm just gonna be releasing a little bit more podcasts for you guys, and I am so excited because we have questions and we have some suggestions of what you guys want to hear on here. So I love that. Keep all of those coming. And the run to 500 listens starts today. So thank you guys again for all being here. On today's episode, we are going to dive into something that like, the topic, it's weird, but I think it's needed. And I think it's definitely needed. So I got a couple questions, and one of the questions that I really pulled out that I loved, and the reason why I pulled that out is because this is something that I have struggled with for myself. So I like truly intimately know what like this feels like. So this was in written form, and the question was like, hey Sherise, I'm in my late 20s and I have no friends. The people that are around me, I just like don't resonate with. I don't feel like I'm connected with anyone, or that anyone truly knows me. What the hell can I do? I'm shy, I'm reserved, and what can I do to make more friends? What can I do to get connection? So I'm paraphrasing, obviously, just from like what I read, because it was like a long paragraph, but that was the essence of the question. So I just want to take a minute and just breathe, because I don't think you could have asked this question to a more perfect person. So, growing up, I always kind of felt like the different one, like the outcast, just different, okay? So, I know I've talked a little bit about that on this podcast before, and it wasn't until I started becoming more of an adult, a young adult, that I started kind of like embracing the fact that I was like maybe like a black sheep, or that I was maybe just different from my culture, different from my upbringing in a sense, okay? And when I say different, it doesn't mean that I don't resonate with that, and I don't love my culture or any of that. I truly love and cherish my culture, my culture, the environment that I grew up in, and the people that I grew up around, right? However, it still didn't stop me from feeling like I didn't fit into that. So fast forward, I emigrated from my home country of Grenada, which is a small country in the Caribbean, and I came to Canada, Montreal, Canada, where I'm currently at right now, around the age of 14, 15. So, in life, and I think I was maybe like in secondary 3, right? So, kind of like you go to primary school, you go to secondary school, you go through first, second, third, like you kind of have your group of friends, you have your people, whether or not I always had you have your group of people, you have people that you've just known like all your life, or that you've known for years, right? Fast forward me coming to a new country, not speaking its language, not speaking French here, having to go into a class with a bunch of other people that don't speak French to learn French, and then going back again into secondary 3, so just feeling like I had to repeat it, and then like being in this group around people who have known each other, right, forever. So they have at least known each other for like 3, 4, 5, 6 years, even some of them being friends from childhood, right? So I entered this dynamic, and it's like, you make friends, you resonate with some people, you make friends, but it's still, for me, it still wasn't on the level that I had wanted. So I'd made some friends, but like at that point, like we had like 2 years left in school, and like a lot of the friends that I'd made, a lot of the people that I've known at that point, like after high school, people do different things, and you kind of just like go your own way a little bit. And I feel like just because my bond with those friends, sorry for that, was not maybe like the deepest, or that I didn't know them as long, that I didn't really we didn't really stay like that much in connection. Like, not everyone, but there's still some people that I still speak to this day. There's still some people that I'm very close with now, but during that transition phase, I didn't really keep contact with much people because we were all doing our own different things. And like I said, I've never truly ever felt like that I fit in to a group or to anyone. I've just always been like that. Okay, so after high school, I went to college, and I ended up doing more like night classes, more night school, because I was working in the day. And it's like same thing again, right? You kind of don't make that much friends in night class or night school or any of those things. And so a lot of my friends ended up being from my work environment, or from people that I met through work. And again, it's like, it's good. It's people that you see every day, stuff like that. Sometimes you're able to create a bond. I have created a lot of bonds with people that I've worked with. And it's totally okay to create bonds with people that you work with. It's not less of a friendship. And that was like how I was able to create some of the friendships that I've had in the past, right? So I just wanted to give that little backstory, just to say that I truly understand that it is difficult making friends sometimes, especially when you feel like the people around you just don't get you, and that like just no one understands kind of like the reality that you're living in, or like they're just not interested, or you're interested in different things, and they're not like open to listening or learning or hearing about that. So I definitely get that. Now, me being a little bit like, so for a huge part of my life, I've been a lone wolf. I've been like absolute loner. I've been a little bit loner. I've been the party girl. I've been like with a lot of different people, having a lot of different friends of different friends groups, but still not truly feeling like I had true connection and true friendship. Now I have come to a huge realization, and I think this is why I wanted to answer this question. So with my journey and with all of this, something that I had a realization on was that even though I had people around me that I liked, or that who liked me, or that I was going to parties with, or that I was talking about intimate stuff, they were talking to me about like their life and their intimate stuff. First thing, I didn't share as much of my life with other people as they shared with me. So that's something that I realized looking back, that I was more like the person that people would come to for advice, talk to about their life, talk to about like their boyfriend troubles, you know, their relationship problems, all of that, work problems, whatever. And I kind of would not go to people when I had a problem, you know. So when I was going through things, I kind of like dealt with it on my own instead of going or like allowing those people to kind of support me. So not in all situations, but in the situations where it was truly like close to my heart, I kind of just kept it to myself. I also realized that I wasn't as vulnerable with the people around me as I thought that I was, or as I wanted to be, or as is needed to develop that deep relationship and connection that I crave. Like, I am someone that truly loves intimacy. I do not like shallow relationships. And this is why like friendship is so important to me, because friendship to me is like almost like the equivalent of a relationship. It's like, it is intimate, it is a bond, it is long lasting and supportive mutually, you know. Like, if it's to be something on the surface level where we just like, you know, I don't want it. And that has been a reason why I've kind of like not made that much friends before, because it's like I just felt that like the friendships that I were attracting and stuff like that, they were more like surface level, like going out, like chatting, like nothing super duper deep. And like I said, I own my contribution to that because I wasn't as vulnerable as needed as well. But also I do just feel like maybe just wasn't my people, maybe just wasn't my time, and I was a little bit younger and I didn't understand all of these things, right? So if you're finding yourself in this situation, the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, have you been like honest? Have you been vulnerable with the people around you? Have you been like, do you have those intimate discussions with them? Or are you just like, or do you just like not talk to them at all about the things that are truly on your heart, right? Whether or not they believe in it or not, like, do you allow yourself to open up to other people? Because if you're always staying close and you're always protecting yourself, then it's like either you have someone that's like really interested in like bulldozing all of your walls because they're just like so interested in you, or, which is like a little bit less likely, or, you know, like you'll have those interactions and maybe they won't go as far as you want them to go because you're not opening yourself up, or you're not being courageous enough to be vulnerable and be yourself in that situation. I hope this is resonating, because I'm gonna bring in the next point that I think is the most important part of making friends or attracting your tribe, attracting your community, attracting people that resonate with you, because that was my reality before. But as soon as I owned up to my part in it, as soon as I realized as well like the type of things that I was interested in and stuff like that, and I allowed myself to be, then I actually started attracting people and friendships and community and like my tribe way more easily than previously, and attracting people that I resonate with, and even people that were in my life back then, just re-attracting them back in my life, and then having just that confirmation that I'm just having that confirmation. So if you want to find new friendships, better friendships, you want to attract people to you that are more like you, that are vibrating at the same frequency that you're vibrating on, that vibe with you, that vibe with the things that you vibe with. Like, you guys are gonna be tired of me saying this, but you have to be more authentic, and you have to be your true self. So if you have trouble opening up to people, and if you have trouble being seen, you don't like people to really see you, what's going on with you, most of the time when you're either a loner or you're just like different or like an outcast, you do have this shield. Whether or not you're aware of it, you do have this sort of like protective shield around you. And I personally think that has stemmed from like just, having people like reject kind of like your beliefs or whatever. So now that is protecting you. You're gonna have to make a conscious effort to allow yourself to allow yourself to come through that shield, to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to talk about the things that you want to talk about, to be authentically you. This is the only way that you're gonna attract the people that are interested in you, that you feel you're gonna have a great friendship with, or that let's say you just want to attract more like-minded people and like your tribe. You have to be authentic and you have to be yourself. The more you are yourself, the more you allow yourself to be loved just as you are. The more you pretend to be someone else or shut yourself off, the more you are attracting that type of energy. Okay? If you're pretending to be someone else, then you're going to attract people who like that person that you're pretending to be, and then you're going to feel like, well, no one really knows me, right? Or you're gonna have that fear that if people really knew you, then they wouldn't like you. How I see that is just like, it's like, instead of being someone else and then having that fear, why not just be yourself? That way the people that are in your life, that has stayed in your life, that are with you and that are supporting you and love you, you absolutely know that these people are here for me. They have my best intentions at heart. I have their best intentions at heart. And like, this is a true connection. This is a true sisterhood. This is a true friendship, because you are being you, and you are allowing yourself to be seen, to be heard, to be vulnerable, basically. Like, not taking yourself so seriously to the point where you're always in your head just asking yourself like, oh my god, what I said, was that just annoying? Was that dumb? Oh my god, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have shared that. Allow yourself to fucking be. It's not that serious, guys. It's not that serious. So if someone thinks that you said something dumb, just laugh it off. Laugh with them. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Whatever. It's life. Like, you think nobody ever said a dumb thing in their life, and like, what is even dumb? Like, you know what I mean? Nothing's real. Nothing's real. Nothing's dumb. Nothing is normal. Normal doesn't exist. Just be you, be yourself. Allow your shine and your light to come true. Stop restricting yourself. Stop repressing yourself. Stop holding back yourself from going for what you want, from talking to the people that you want to talk to, from shooting your fucking friendship shot. Like, I shot some friendship shots. I won't lie. Like, I'm like, yo, you're fucking cute. I love your vibe, and like, you smoke, like, let's chill. Or like, online, like, I make a lot of friends online, and like, I'm like, there's just like no shame in that as well, because a lot of times too, I find like it's the relationships that I've had online as well are just so, like, they're very, very supportive, and like we talk all the time, and hopefully I would love to meet some of these girls that I recently met online, like in real life. And I think like that too is going to be part of our future as well, is just meeting people online and converting that to friendships as well, because we have to realize that we don't only need to hang out or chill with people in our city. Like, you're not put in a city and you're just like supposed to just find like everybody that you resonate with in the city. There's tons and tons and tons of people in the world, and there are people like exactly like you, and people that love exactly the things that you love, or that like resonate with you, your vibe, your vision, your passions and stuff like that. And sometimes they're not in your neighborhood, so you might have to go a little bit further than that, or shoot a friendship shot online or something like that. But if you truly start with being authentic and being more vulnerable in who you are and allowing yourself to shine, I do think that those relationships will naturally occur. Now, the last thing that I want to say about this is, there's two quick things that I want to say about this. When you allow yourself to be authentic and shine and be who you really are, you might actually be surprised the people around you who actually like vibe with that. Like, that's crazy, because before I was just really truly authentic to myself and just said, fuck, this is me. Like, I thought like as well that like certain people around me just didn't get me. But as soon as I started being myself, those people are like, oh my god, I love this, I love that, yo, talk to me about astrology, can you help me with my chart, can you? And I was like, yo, I didn't even know that these people were truly interested in these things. But me allowing myself to be and allowing myself to be authentic truly like open that space for them to be like, hey, I'm interested in that too, like, let's talk about that. So there might be people around you right now that you don't even know that you can build a deeper connection with, but because you're not being yourself and because you're not being your full goofy lovable self, you're not allowing that energy to come in. You're not like in a receiving mode. You're, like I say, you have that shield still up. So I just wanted to mention that first. And then the last thing that I wanted to say was, put yourself out there. If you are truly, truly looking for a tribe, for friends, first of all, you're here, so you're part of my tribe. So I love you. We're the soul sisters. We're soul fam. We're aligned as fuck over here. So welcome, and you can... and you can shoot your friendship shot with me. But yeah, put yourself out there. I think like the more authentic you are and more vulnerable you are, the easier it is to just like talk to people, just like post like certain things on your stories about your interest and see who's interested in it, and send a quick message saying hi. Like I truly believe like online is easier, not easier, but it may be for someone who is like maybe scared of actually going up and talking to someone in real life first. Like, online might be easier to just like get some good conversational skills, talk to people really light and easy and whatnot before putting yourself out there in real life. So I hope that was supportive for you. I just want to say thank you again so much for asking that question, for sending in that question. I'm sure that there is other people out there that is going to resonate with this episode, and that's going to resonate with just like the general feeling of either feeling like a loner or misunderstood. So thank you again so much for being courageous enough to ask that question on this podcast. And like I said, I just really hope it was supportive for you, and let me know if it helped. And to all of those who are wondering, you can ask your questions to the Growth Project podcast via my bio. Just scroll all the way down my bio and you'll see everything is there for you. It's super easy. Just type in your questions. We're working on something a little bit easier for you guys, but that's that is what it is right now. So that is all for today. Just a quick, easy peasy episode. I love you guys as always. Don't forget, we're running for 500 listens. So if you guys love this episode, please share on your profile. You guys know that your girl is trying to get some more traction on the social media, trying to expand the brand, the vision, the everything. So please share on your story, tag me. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and see you next time.